name, that is solid state. So in solid state now there is two portion. In the first portion there you have what is solid. Okay, then they have divided them into crystalline and amorphous. Okay, then you have the properties of crystalline solid. Then you have properties of amorphous solid. Okay, then there is a few questions. I mean, there could be then in crystalline solid, then you have to look at different types of crystalline solid. Okay, and you have to look at different types of crystalline solid, and the basis of this classification is intermolecular forces of attraction. Intermolecular forces of attraction is the basis of this classification in crystalline solid. Okay, whenever you have solid, for example, solid that is NaCl, and you have solids such as graphite, both are solids, but NaCl is an ionic solid because the force of attraction between the constituent ions is what they are ionic forces. Now, graphite is a covalent solid because all the carbon atoms are connected in a chain, right? They're connected in a chain. You have 3 dimensional, you have a planar chain, and then you have one more layer of carbon atom, and then so on. So these are the things in which you will read, and this is whole thing is theoretical. Okay, the whole thing is theoretical. So I will deal with this later. And the other portion is completely different. The other portion consists of things like void, the gaps in solid, right? Gaps in solid. Then in that you have to prepare how the solid forms, and different types of general solids such as AA type, BBB type. Okay, these are numerical types of. This is the numerical portion. Okay, this is the numerical portion. This complete is theoretical, and there is one numerical portion. So I will deal with numerical portion first because it has a lot of concept. This has information. What is solid and theoretical portion is information. Okay, not very conceptual stuff, 1 or 2 concepts, but this void portion and the packing, there's one portion which is called packing. This is very conceptual and it requires some kind of imagination. So I will deal with this numerical portion now, and after that you will be more able to deal with the theoretical portion. Okay, so what is solid? Everyone knows it has high intermolecular forces of attraction, right? Then it has a definite shape, definite volume, etc. So these type of things you will deal with in theoretical solids. Now let's start with the conceptual part, that is packing and voids. Okay, so let us start with a question. Ahmed, can you tell me, I mean, I think I gave you the answer, but first question is, are there any gaps in solid? Are there any vacant spaces in solid?
So it depends.
It depends, as in how?
Like in stone there is, but in ice, water, there, like ice, we don't have space over there. Like minute spaces, small.
Minute spaces, right? I mean, I'm not asking about vacant spaces as in this would be visible. I'm not saying that this will be visible. I'm saying,
Then,
do you think, yeah, then?
Yes, it is there.
Now all solids would have voids. Okay. Now, if somebody is having any doubt, like how, sir, I am sitting, I mean, there is a table here, I don't see any void. I mean, how can there be voids? Then just imagine, what would be shape of an atom? How can you imagine the shape of atom? 3-dimensional shape of atom could be either spherical, right? It would be spherical shape.
Yes.
Right? Now this spherical shape, which is of atom, imagine fitting it into cubes, right? In a full room, that is cubical room. Now, if you fit, I mean, no matter how much atoms you fit in a cube, there will always be some space vacant, right? There will be always some space which is vacant. So, by that understanding also, we can conclude that there are vacant spaces in solid and they are called voids. So this is the first information that you have to I mean, it is very conceptual and it is very logical also, that yes, there are vacant spaces in solids, right? And these are known as, these are known as voids. These are known as what? These are known as voids. IDS. And also you have another name for this, voids or interstitial sites. Interstitial sites. These are interstitial sites. Okay, these are interstitial sites. Now let us understand void. Let us understand void. What is a void? Void is any vacant space that we have defined now. Now voids can be, for example, there are no 2D solids, but we will start with 1D solid also. Okay, so voids can be of two types. There can be either 2D voids or they can be either 3D voids. We'll first deal with 2D voids. Let us see what are 2D voids. So void is what? There is vacant spaces. Now who will make the vacant spaces? Atoms will make the vacant spaces. Now whenever I say atom and I make this circle, now if I say atom and make this circle, and I make the circle in the 2D form, and I will make the circle in 3D form. Okay, so both of them are what? Both of them are atoms, but they have different shapes here. If I am talking in 2D, this is what? This will be circle. You will understand this as circle. And whenever I am talking in 3D, you will understand this as sphere. Okay, so void, 2D and 3D. So let us start. First of all, copy this, then we will look at 2D voids. Okay, copy this, then we will look at 2D voids. And whenever I say circle and I talk about the area occupied by circle, that means I will be talking about what? Here we will be talking about area, which is equal to pi r square. Now here in 3D, whenever we are dealing with 3D, we will be dealing with volume. Volume is equal to volume of sphere
4 by 3 pi r
4 by
cube.
3 pi r cube.
Yeah, 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, so these are the distinction. I mean, you have to bear this in mind. Then we will start preparing solid. And trust me, it is very interesting chapter. You will be scratching your heads while doing this chapter. You will be imagining, looking around your rooms. It's very fun chapter. And the most important thing is that you don't require any information. You can, the vocabulary of this chapter is of 8th standard. Any student of 8th standard, okay, of 8th standard, he has the vocabulary. I mean, for example, if I say void, then he has the understanding. Okay, fine, I understand what is void. If I say atom, he has seen atoms in his books as a circular thing in which electrons are revolving around. Okay, so this is very easy. The only limitation that we don't teach this in 8th standard is the imagination. Okay, the imagination part has not been developed so much, so like even in 11th standard it's not so much developed. Now they have put this chapter in 12th standard. Do you remember once upon a time, a few years back, this chapter was in 11th standard? It flopped because after 10th, I mean, we have not trained the kids to imagine in such a way to deal with this chapter. Okay, so this imagination part is one barrier, but don't worry about that. I have imagined everything about solid state, and you will be imagining with me. Let me know when you are done writing this. Okay, Amalia has written.
Sir, did you finish solid chapter before? Solution chapter now, sir.
Yes, solutions I have completed.
Okay, sir.
Solutions, haloalkane and haloarenes. And we looked some parts of chemical kinetics, but chemical kinetics will not be coming in that chapter, in that case. No? Yeah. You have raised hand. Mariam, Sana, Fatima is not here, no? Fatima is not here. Okay, now Sanya is also disconnected. Sanya is disconnected. I guess she's having some internet issues because she was reconnecting also. She's
Sir,
here.
Fida said she will not join.
She will be not joining. Okay. Ahmed and Sanya, let me know when you are done writing.
Yes, I'm done.
You are done? Okay. Now Sanya is also done. Now let us look at types of 2D solid. Okay. Types of 2D voids, not solid, 2D voids. Types of 2D voids. So this 2D voids now, they can be prepared. Now first of all, I am making this 2D void. I will write the name later. Okay. Because one of you will help me to write the name. Now the problem with Zoom is that you, even if I select this, I cannot control C and control V. So I have to make another circle. Now the thing is that these two circles should be of similar size. Only then it would be. Yeah, I guess these are of similar size.
So you wrote two voids. We will write 2D voids.
Yeah, 2D voids. I'm really sorry.
Okay, sir.
2D voids. Let me correct that. 2D voids. Okay. So whenever you have a void, you have to know its name. Okay. Then you have to know its coordination number. Coordination number. Coordination number, it means just that how many friends it has. Okay. I mean, you just have to remember how many friends it has. You have to know its name. You have to know its coordination number. Now, name is very easy. Why? What you have to do, you have to just mark the midpoints of the atoms which make the voids. Okay. And then you have to connect it. So we have connected this. We have connected this. And we have connected this. So as we can see that we have made a triangle out of the atoms which are making the voids. So the name would be triangular void. Triangular void. Now the coordination number, as I said, this is what? Friends. Now what is friends? Friends are those who keep in touch, who are in touch. So this is the void, right? I mean, I hope you can see the void, that this is the void.
Yes, sir.
Correct? This is the void. As you can see, this void is touched by how many? This void is touched by how many atoms? How many atoms? 3. So the coordination number would be 3. Coordination number, and remember this coordination number of void. Because later on we will be dealing with coordination number of atoms also. So now this is coordination means what? Coordination number means friends of voids. Friends of voids, those who touch it. Those who touch it. Now as we have seen that this is the name is what? Its name is triangular void. So let me write it in some different color. Triangular void. Okay. Everyone, all of you have understood, right? How to name it and what will be the coordination number.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, fine. Now the second one, I am making the voids. I'm making the void. You will tell me the name. Okay, you will tell me the name. Now I will ask Nishkar Sarna if I can take this at least solid state in some other whiteboard, because I don't like the Zoom whiteboard in this chapter because I have to make a lot of shapes and it gets very messy when when these shapes are getting more complex. For example, just imagine 3D. Okay. Now everyone, what I will ask you is the name of this void. First, tell me the coordination number. I guess coordination number is easy. So tell me the coordination number first. Okay. Everyone in the chat, tell me the coordination number of this void. I think it is correct. Whatever answer I am saying, it is correct. I have got the answer from Abir, Mariam, Amna, Sania, and Ahmed. Okay. All of you have correctly said it is 4. Coordination number is 4. Okay. Now tell me the name. What will be the name of this? If my voice cracked or something that lagged, I'm asking again, what will be the name? Amalia has used her percent of her brain. I'm saying, but I cannot deal with messages. Ahmed
Sir,
and
your
Ahmed.
voice is cracked.
Okay.
Sir, your voice is cracking.
My voice is cracking.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Didn't understand what you said.
Okay. Let me just wait. Okay. This is things. Okay, fine. What about now? Stable?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Now it's
Yes, sir.
It is stable. Okay. Thank you. Okay, let us start with what will be the name. Yeah. So for name, what do we do? We mark the midpoints and then join them. Correct? So let us mark the midpoints here. And let us join these midpoints. I mean, I'm sorry if it is not midpoint, but I try to be as precise as possible. But being human, oh no, how can I say that brand's name? Being human. Do you know what is being human?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm really sorry for uttering that name. Bhai would be angry. Okay, this is what? Square planar void. Okay, so I won't say you were wrong. I won't say you were wrong. You were all right. Yeah. So those who have written quadrilaterals, no, it is a quadrilateral that is right, but it is a specific type of quadrilateral which has all its sides equal and the interior angles are 90 degree. Okay, and now it is not tetrahedral because tetrahedral is a 3D shape. So this is your square planar void. Please note this down, these two. So there are only two 2D voids. I mean, can you think of any other arrangement? I mean, you have this whole chapter. I mean, in between, if you think of any void, na, I mean, which can be made, any other arrangement which can make a new void, please, you can
Yes,
please
sir.
mail NCERT. Okay, don't tell me. I won't be able to help. है ना? Please mail NCRT. Sir, please add this void in your book. They have stated only 2 voids. Note this down. Let me know when you are done.
So what about pentagonal
What
planar
about?
void? Pentane planar void and all.
Pentane planar void. If you
Like
make
there are
that, try making it. Try making it. If you will make na pentane, then you will see that, oh, I can fit in. I mean, you can fit a particular atom in between also.
Sir, sir,
so done.
Yeah, done.
sir, can't we make with 5 circle on arrangement?
5 atoms.
Yeah, 5 atoms.
Well, 5 atoms is actually it is not very stable thing. I mean, it will collide with each other. For example, you're saying something like this now. But you also have to remember that all of these atoms now, they would be vibrating this. I mean, in this way, correct? There would be some vibrations. Now, when there will be vibrations like this, what will happen? They will collide with each other and they will form either triangular or square planar void. Because this shape, I mean, this whole particular void is too much of space. These voids are not stable now. These voids are not stable. If you have this much of space, what will happen? They will collide with each other. I mean, most probably they will make a triangular void. I mean, atoms, these two atoms, they will collide with each other and they will push these down and make a triangular void. Similar will be the case for this downward atoms. Okay. So no, I mean, this is the case, triangular voids and square planar voids. The only case for 2D voids. Any other arrangement, it will be very unstable and it would lead to these 2 voids, square planar and triangular. Okay, I guess everyone is done. Ahmed is done.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. What about Mariam?
Yes, sir.
Mariam is done. Okay. Again, Sanya is disconnected. Okay. Now, 3D voids. Types of 3D voids. Okay. So now in 3D voids also, I will start with the structure. I will start with the structure, then you will name it. In 3D voids, okay, now tell me what is this? This is a circle or sphere. This is a sphere, right? So in this arrangement, the first 3D void is made something like this. You make, imagine 3 footballs like this. Imagine 3 footballs like this, and you keep another football on top of it. Other football on top of it, okay, like this. So you can imagine that just below this red football, there will be, just below this red football, there will be a void, okay,
Yes.
just below this red. Now, how to name this particular void? We have a 3D void now. 3D voids are named a bit differently. I mean, not very much differently, but a bit differently. So these are named. First of all, you point this particular void, okay. Then you place an atom above it, that is this red atom. Then you have 3 atoms below. So 3 atoms below. like this. Now you connect them.
So
What
we are
shape they give you?
connecting it with void.
Yeah, I'm connecting it
Lines.
to void. All of them are connected with void. Now, what do you think? What is the shape?
Like a pyramid.
Like a pyramid?
Yeah.
We have a better name for this.
Trigonal pyramid.
It is tetrahedral, na? CH4 is like this only.
Yeah.
Correct? CH4
So what
type.
about trigonal pyramid?
No, trigonal pyramidal is different. In trigonal pyramidal, you have shape like this. Shape that is like this. Now, if you are doing that, that means you are just considering this much. What about this? What about this atom, right? You can make a trigonal pyramid if you consider only how many atoms? Only 4 atoms, right? So we have here 4 atoms plus a void. So that is what you have to consider. That is the void here. I hope everyone of you recognize this tetrahedral shape, right?
Yes, sir.
All of you
Yes,
recognize this
sir.
tetrahedral, no? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's it. The name is tetrahedral void. What will be its coordination number?
4.
How many friends? Yeah, 4 friends. Okay. So this is your tetrahedral void. A second is much easier. You try to make what? You try to make spare planar void. Okay. First of all, you make 4 atoms which are connected like this. Now, just above them, you keep 4 more. Just above them, you keep 4 more. Okay. So I'm just making this like this so that you can see. Okay. Now, the name means is please turn off your mic. Oh, ho, ho. Now, how to name this? Once again, you have to start with the lower one. No? Sorry, let me make it black.
Sir, can you explain this one, how it is arranged? The second one?
Second one,
Yes, sir.
keep 4 footballs.
Down in
Okay.
the in horizontal plane.
Yeah, I mean, you can keep 4 footballs. I mean, there is no way of keeping 4 footballs. There is only one way of keeping 4 footballs, right? In a square planar kind of configuration, like this. Got
Okay,
it?
sir. Yes, sir.
And on top of them, I mean, on one football, this is one football. Just on top of it, you keep another football. Just above, I mean, just on it. Keep 4 footballs and 4 footballs on them. So you'll start seeing this as you have these blacks. These are blacks, the lower level, and then you have the upper level one like this. And this is your this is the upper level, this is the lower level. Okay, what shape can you see here?
Cubical void.
Yeah, it will be cubical void. The name would be cubical void. Now, coordination number would be,
8.
what will be the coordinate? How much?
8.
8. Very good. Coordination number is 8. Now you have third type of void in 3D voids. So here you have 4 atoms, as you had. Now just imagine there are 4 people who are holding above the ground, okay, who are holding these footballs above the ground like this. I mean, when they will be holding in their hands, it will be obviously above the ground, right? Let me just adjust these a bit. Now there comes another guy who starts with Earth, who comes up with 2 balls. One ball is kept above the 4 balls. Okay, let me make it like this. One ball is kept above the 4 balls. One ball is kept below the 4 balls. Okay. Now how to name this? Here you have 4 atoms like this. Okay. The black one would be in black. 4 atoms like this. Then you have the red atom above and 1 red atom below. Now, when you connect them, what shape it will form? I hope you can recognize this.
Square blank pyramid.
It is octahedral.
Mhm.
It's octahedral shape, na? Guys, 11th standard. This is octahedral shape. SF6,
Yes, sir.
right? Octahedral shape. So the name is octahedral. What will be the coordination number?
6.
6. And coordination number is 6. Copy this. Now there is one more orientation of octahedral. I mean, I remember that I have told you this in 11th standard when we were dealing with chemical bonding now. I told you that octahedral can be also seen in some different way, and I will show you that different way in a while. Just copy this first.
So done.
You're done. Waiting for Abir and Sania. Sania is done. Abir, let me know when you're done. Abir is not done. Yeah, Abir is done now. Tell me about this. This is octahedral, right? If you can see it.
Yes.
4 atoms like this. 1 atom above, 1 atom below. Abir, Mariam, Amalia, all of you. Okay.
Yes.
Now look at this in this way. Or rather, you can see it like this. No, this is better. I can say that if I want to represent octahedral now, I can represent octahedral in this way also, that I give C1, there is green here, okay, there is green here, and there is green here, fine, and you have the blue atoms like this. Okay, if I make a triangle like this of blue one, and I can make a triangle like this of the green one. Do you guys remember this? I told you this in 11th standard. Do you remember this star? No? Six phased?
Yes, sir.
No. You remember? Okay, very good. So as you can see, I can also represent it what if you have something like this. For example, you have green atoms, one green atom here, the other green atom here, and you have the other green atom here. This is your chlorine atoms, na? These are your chlorine atoms, and then you have the blue atoms like this. Now, whenever I say what is this,
So is
example,
it like a time clock, like sand?
yeah, it has. I mean, if you see it in one way, now you will understand that these are like a triangle. Let me make this, and then I will move them. If you see something like this, then this is also what octahedral void. I mean, you can see that? I mean, just the way of looking is tilted. Just the way of looking is tilted. Nothing else is tilted. Okay. So, for example, if I see this, let me just not annotate now and move this. See, this is octahedral as we know it. This is octahedral as we know it. Okay, as we know it. Now, if I just orient it in such a way like this, then you can see that okay, yeah, I can see the three triangles in the back, at the back, and the blue triangles in the front. Blue triangles on the front. Okay, so whenever you see this type of shape, always remember that this is also a representation of a way of looking at the octahedral void. A way of looking at the octahedral void. So where we were dealing with octahedral void, I will make that also. Let us start with the same things now. Blue and green. So we had blue something like this. Then you have the greens. So green will be, two greens will be here. Of the, and two greens would be here. And one green. Okay, I have not made these touch. These will be touching like this. Yeah, now it is fine. Okay, so this is also one representation of octahedral. I mean, can you see how messy this is? I mean, I hate the whiteboard of Zoom in this chapter. Otherwise, it is very fine. So green is like this. Then you have blue this way. Let me make the blue first now. Okay, and then the green. Yeah, this is also octahedral. This is also octahedral void. So always please remember this, okay? I mean, in the chapter you will be seeing this type of octahedral void when we deal with 3D solid. When we deal with 3D solid. You can copy this. Let me know when you are done. Then we will move. Okay, name and coordination. Yeah, coordination number is important, and name you can easily see when you make a particular, when you make any particular void. Okay, Ahmed is also done, I guess. Ahmed, Sanya, are you done? I can see two Ahmed. One Ahmed has raised hand, one Ahmed hasn't raised hand. Okay, Sanya is also done. Now, Mariam, you tell me. Whenever we
Yes.
start a subject, whenever we try to understand something, we can do it by two forms. For example, the solid state chapter is like building a home. So if you are building a home now, if you want to understand how a home is built, you can do it by two ways. You can see a destruction site. I mean, you have a home and it is getting destroyed. So when it will be getting destroyed, you will see, oh, behind these walls there were bricks. Okay, there were bricks. Then you will see, oh, okay, fine. This fan was not running automatically. It had some wiring inside it. Correct. So there is one way which is called destructive. That is breaking down. You take anything that you want to study, you break it down, and then you understand how it is happening. Have you guys seen Three Idiots, the movie Three Idiots?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So in that there is a dialogue in, I mean, the initial part of the movie. It goes something like that कि रैंचो था वो मतलब हमेशा स्क्रू ड्राइवर लेके घूमता था, जो भी चीज मिलती है उसको खोल देता है ना. So why what he was doing? Okay, for Amalia I would like to translate. There was a guy, I mean character in that film who is named as Rancho, and he used to have screwdriver in his pocket all the time, and if he used to see a fridge, he would open the fridge and understand how it is working. So this is one way of understanding how anything works. The other way is that you go to a construction site. You go there and you look at how the home is built layer by layer. First there is a foundation, then you have the pillars, then are the linters, and then you have the bricks that come down, and then after the masonry work is done, then you have the wiring, and at last you have the paints. Okay, so there are two ways of understanding anything. So we will be learning in the constructive way. Okay, in the constructive way we will start how the solid forms. I mean, we will not take a solid which is already formed. We will start with the initial point, I mean the very first principle that we can start with. So how now try to remember how you started learning about geometry and solid shapes. First of all, you learned about a point. Now this point is what? This is 0D. It has no dimension. Now after a point, you saw that, okay, if I join 2 points, I can make a line. Right? Now this is what? This is 1D. You saw that if I take lines, this is one line, this is other line, and if I join these lines, I will get a 2D structure. Now further on, if I take one 2D structure, another 2D structure, and join them, I will get a 3D structure. Now our world is limited to 3D structures, but you can imagine that as we are going now upwards, if I add two zero-dimensional object, I get 1D object. If I add two 1D objects, I get 2D object. If I add two 2D objects, I get 3D object. Now if I join two 3D objects, I will get a 4D structure. If I add two 4D structures, I will get a 5D structures. Now the n-dimensional maths that happens, n-dimensional maths, they are thinking about solids and shapes which are of 4 dimensions and 5 dimensions. They are using this technique of doubling whatever dimension we know. So similarly, we will start with 0D. What is 0D? 0D is nothing but an atom. So we don't have anything to study about an atom. And if you have one atom, it is always in gaseous state. It cannot be in solid state because it is one atom. And solid is defined by, intermolecular forces. There would be other atoms, around it. So we will not understand 0D. We will start with 1D. How can 1D start? So you have an atom like this, and just imagine what is happening is that you have different atoms which are coming and joining it. You have one atom which has joined, you have another atom which has joined the starting atom. The joining can happen in any one direction, okay? In any one direction. And in direction, when I say direction, you can understand this by as axis. Okay, I mean, now here we are only adding atoms in one line. Only adding atoms in one line, that is the x-axis. Generally, when we speak of one line in a horizontal plane, horizontal axis, it is x-axis. So this is your 1D structure. This is your 1D. 1D solid. In 1D solid, there is only one question that you can be asked. That is, what is the coordination number of this solid? Coordination number of 1D solid. Can I get any answer? Ahmed, what do you think? What is the coordination number of 1D solid?
6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay. Mariam?
Sir, 1.
1. Okay. Abir?
Sir, 1.
6. I've got 1. Okay.
So 1
And
or 2.
Amalya? Abir, you are seeing something else?
1 or 2.
1 or 2. Okay. Amalya? Sania? Okay. While Amalya and Sania are answering, let us go and check out the definition of coordination number. I said coordination number you can define as what? Friends. Now we were looking at coordination number of voids, that is friends of voids. Here we will be looking at coordination number of atom. When I say 1D solid, that means I am asking about the coordination number of atom of 1D solid. I've got answers, yes, 1 and 2. Okay. Now those who are saying 2, yeah, they're right. They are looking at atoms such as this, which I've marked in red. Correct? If somebody said 2, they were looking at this atom, and some of them you said 1, you were looking at this atom, these atoms, correct? But always remember, when we have a coordination number, when we have written coordination number, implicitly it means that, I mean, if it is written coordination number of atom in 1D solid, they are talking about a solid whose environment is completely made. So choose the most middle, okay, the center one. Okay, this solid, I mean, no atoms can come in any way if it has to maintain 1D solid. Now if I talk about this atom, one atom can come here now, so its environment is not completely made. Whose environment is completely made? The center atom. So when I talk about coordination number, that means I am asking about those atoms whose environment is completely made. Okay. Now if somebody asks you explicitly, like, what is the coordination number of 1D solid atom, of the last atom of 1D solid, the last atom of 1D solid, then you will answer, yeah, it is the coordination number is 1. But in general, the coordination number of atom of 1D solid is 2. Coordination number is 2. Okay, so this much is only about 1D solid. Now let us come down and let us start thinking of 2D solid. Thinking of 2D solid. So let us first take an atom. I took an atom. Now I told the atom that go in this direction. Okay, and attach yourselves. I mean, in this way only we can make 2D solid. If I take one more dimension, attach it like this. So the atom told me, sir, okay, fine, I will attach, but tell me where to attach. I can see two sides. I can either get just below this atom here, or I can get below the atom, I mean below the voids here, okay, below the depression here. So where should I go? Okay, I thought, okay, fine. There are two ways in which another atom can be added. Another atom can be added vertically, and the two choices are what? I can put atoms under atoms, or I can put atoms under depression. This is not your mental disorder depression. This is your physical depression, which appears here. Yeah. Okay. this depression. And we can make the 2D solids. So if I make atoms under atoms, now this is the part now which I hate. In Zoom, again I have to make atoms, and so many atoms that I just can't. I mean, I just can't. Wait a second. Leave this, okay? I cannot deal with this here. I have to make atoms on a new board. Just give me a while, okay? Just give me a while. And that board is so good. I mean, this Zoom board, the only problem is that you can see other distractive parts in that, and those are pretty much distractive. But what can we do? Let me share this now. Yeah, I mean, I like this board very much. Can you see this board?
Yes, sir.
Right? So this is my atom. So what I do here is I think of a shape that is perfectly fine. Yeah, this is fine. Then I control copy it, and see, it can be pasted. How good is that? Now what I do is I take here I need only one type. Yeah, no, I need another type of atom. So let me make this. Let me make this a bit. No, I don't need now. Okay. Here we have this atom. Just see now, huh? Control C, Control V. We can make so easy. I can join these two, Control C, Control V, and then I can put them here. See how fast this is. Now I can take all of these. Okay, let me see. Wait a second. These are a bit not a big problem. C, Control V. And I can take all these atoms, put it below. Then I can take again all these. No, I cannot take all these. If I take all these, there will be a bit of mess. So I will take only this and Control C. I have to move this first now. Yeah, I have to move this first. Now, is this much fine for AA type, that is atoms under atoms, or should I make more? Yeah, I can make one more. One more. Now it is very good. Now it is complete. Yeah. Okay. Can all of you understand now? These are atoms under atoms.
Yes, sir.
Guys?
Yes, sir.
What is this? This is your 1D. Correct? This is your 1D now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is your 1D. And in 1D we had coordination number is equal to 2. See this atom here. You can write at coordination number. This is 1D. Solid, and coordination number is equal to 2. I said this is atoms under atom. Atoms under atom. Now in atoms under atoms, all of you please tell me, you understand now how this is atoms under atom?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay. So I cannot call it, I mean, I cannot go around calling it atoms under atoms kind of packing. I have to give it a name. So I told that this layer is A. Then I added another layer which was just very similar to A. The next layer was also very similar to A. I mean, all of them have no difference, na? They have no difference. This is also A. So that is why this is known as AAA type packing. So in this packing, you have to know a few things. The first thing that you have to know is what is the void here? What kind of void can you see? Also, this is 2D. This is 2D. So these are what? Circle
Square.
or spheres? These are circles, na?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
void is, what is void? Oh, wait. Please,
Yeah.
in the chat, please. In the chat, all of you, tell me. So this will be a 2D void. In 2D voids, see and tell me what is the name of void of AAA type packing. Yes, correct, Ahmed. I am hoping for a by other students. Mariam, Amalya, Sania. What happened, guys? Abir. Sania is
Sir, you
not
are
here.
asking the name of void.
Name of void. Yeah, I'm asking name of void. Can you not hear that? I'm asking name of void. Mariam, can you please type a bit more? It is not complete now. See the name of void that you have written in the notebook.
Okay.
Amalya, I'm hoping for an answer, waiting for an answer. Yeah, correct. Abir, you also please type. Yeah, correct. So the name here is what? The name here is square planar void. Square planar void. Okay. Now the next thing that you have to know about any kind of packing, right? What we call this is 1D packing. This is 1D solid. This is 1D packing. I mean, we are packing the atoms in one-dimensional method, and we are packing the atoms here in two-dimensional packing. Okay, this is two-dimensional packing. So of any packing, you have to know its unit cell. Now, what is unit cell? Unit cell is the arrangement of atoms which, when repeated in every direction, makes up the whole packing. Is the I mean, this is the definition. This is not the unit cell. You have to first understand the definition of unit cell, then identify what kind of unit cell is present. The arrangement of atoms when repeated in every direction makes up the packing. Okay, it makes up the packing. So there are many unit cells that you can find. Okay, many unit cells that you can find. For example, just for an example, you can say that, sir, this is a unit cell. If I take these four atoms, and I repeat it in every direction, I will get the AAA packing. Some of you will come and say, sir, we can also have this as our unit cell. The first one was a square one. You can also have this rectangle one. Correct. So there can be, as you can see now, there can be many unit cells. But what unit cell you will take is the one that I tell you. Why is that? Because I know what unit cell represents the packing the best way. So the packing the unit cell that I say to take is square, but a different kind of square, the square which looks like this. So you will ask, sir, what is so interesting about this particular arrangement of atoms or unit cell? Why you have taken this as a unit cell? So I say that this is unit cell because we can easily see the coordination number here. Okay, the coordination number of atoms. Coordination number of atoms in AAA type. What is the coordination number of atoms? Tell me. Can you somebody's coordination number of atoms?
5.
Loudly, please. 5.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. You're saying no, not correct. Not five. Choose any atom. Ahmed, start. How did we start here? Choose any atom. Say this atom. How many friends does it have? How many friends it is touching? Yes, Abir,
Zero.
you are correct. Okay, zero.
Yeah.
You cannot see. You
One.
choose any atom here. This atom. This atom is touching how many atoms?
Four.
Yeah, that's it. Mariam is saying two. Mariam, can you see four now? You can't see
Yeah.
four.
No,
This
I
atom is
can't.
touching this atom.
I was
This atom.
telling for 1D.
You're saying for. Array, yeah. Whenever I say coordination number, you please understand that I am talking about those atoms whose environment is completely made. No other atoms can come above, below, right, or left of them. Okay. So this atom is not. I mean, no one will ask the coordination number of this atom because it is not complete. I mean, it can have atoms here. It can have atoms here. Okay. So please remember that. So the coordination number of atoms is 4. Now let us make another type of packing, which is the coordination number we are done. Now there is one thing which is known as packing efficiency, but packing efficiency will come at later. Okay, second. Again, I have to start with make the stylus appear. I have to copy this. Then again, I have to copy this. Now what I am doing, atoms under depression. All of you, this is correct, right? Atoms under depression.
Yes, sir.
Let me write that first, atoms under depression. Okay, then again, one. Yes. So just to make things look pretty, I'm adding one atom here. Okay. Now you can start with the coordination number of atom, or you can start with void. Let us start with void. I hope you can see void very. I mean, it is very visible, right? The voids. What void can you see here? What is the void? In the chat, please. 2D void. What 2D void can you see in the chat, please? I need answers from everyone now. Look at the 2D voids, look at this particular arrangement, and tell me what void can you see here. Very good, Abir. Abir is correct. Ahmad is correct. Mariam, look properly. Can you see it?
No.
Okay, Mariam, Amalia,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Can you not see the void?
No.
Tell me, please, no? Mariam, who are you answering, Mariam?
Sir, I can't see.
You can't see. Okay, who will help Mariam then? Okay, Mariam, you do one thing. You do one thing.
Yep.
Just in your phone now, just try pointing at the midpoints of atoms and try making what shape you can make. That will help you. Take any atom like this and think of it and make a like this. Then whatever you see here, then on the yeah, correct, Mariam. Triangular void now. Can you not see? Can you see now?
Yeah, I can see now. Like on top, I can see.
Correct. You can see triangular voids. The void is triangular void. Okay. Now let us look at the unit cell. What unit cell we will be looking? Okay, now Mariam again. Coordination number, guys. Ahmed answer is right. Ahmed's answer is right. Coordination number. Abir, Amalya, and Mariam. Please try coordination number. Take Abir. No, no. Don't be in a haste. See the most middle atom that you can see. Okay, the centermost atom. Mariam, no, wrong. Centermost atom that you can see, and then count the atoms which are touching that particular center atom. Yes, correct, Mariam. Abir, you also try. Yes, Abir, correct. See, इतना जल्दबाजी नहीं करा क्या करो भाई तुम लोग. Don't be in such a haste. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and as you know me, I will make a unit cell which represents how many atoms it is touching, right? So I will make this center atom here, this atom here, this atom here, and this atom here, and this atom here. Yeah. Okay. So I will join these. Okay, so this is your unit cell. This is your unit cell. Coordination number was 6. Okay. Now we have also give it name. Now we have also to give it name. So this layer is A. Now is this layer same as the above layer? No, it is a bit. I mean, it is a bit slided, right? It is a bit shifted. So this layer will be B. But as you can see, this layer and this layer, they are just very similar. It is just on one another. So this will be again A. And this will be B. So this layer is known as, this type of packing is known as AB type packing. Okay. The names of any packing is also given by it, the name of unit cell. So here the unit cell is what? The unit cell is hexagonal. The unit cell here was what? It was square planar. It was square. The unit cell was square, and here the unit cell is hexagonal. So you can also name AAA type packing as square close packing, and in 2D, right? Square close packing in 2D. We also write this square close packing in 2Ds as, wait a second, let me just shift this a bit. SCP in bracket 2D. And this will be hexagonal close packing. So you can also write hexagonal close packing, and you can in short write HCP in 2D. HCP in 2D. Okay, so you have a square close packing in 2D and you have hexagonal close packing in 2D. Please write this down. And can you see how easy it is for me to make the circles now, make the atoms now? Just imagine the 3D atoms making in Zoom. 3D atoms in Zoom those are very difficult to make. And also, please remember, I'm not telling you anything. Everything that you are answering, I'm just telling you the unit cell now. Coordination number of atoms, coordination number of packing. I'm only giving you hints, but the answer you are getting it correctly. So, I mean, in this way, only the whole chapter will proceed. You will be only answering. And if you are not participating in answering now, just like Amalya has not given any answer. If you are sitting silent, you will not gain from this class, honestly speaking, because you cannot remember these many things. If I mean, I could have come here, told there is two types of 2D packing, AAA type packing, in which we have square planar void. The coordination number of atoms is 4. The unit cell is square. So you will be thinking that, oh, I have to memorize all these things. But no, you don't have to memorize all these things. You just have to think what, okay, fine. In 2D, we have 1D solid that I can prepare. In 2D, I can put the atoms under atoms, or I can put atoms under depression. Then after the atoms under depression or atoms under atoms, what are the things that we can make? I can make up of. Ahmed has class at 2:30. What class? Ahmed,
The Python class.
Python class.
Yeah.
So, are you not going to change the timing of Python class?
So it is like around 300 students at a time, like online course.
You have an online course,
I
300
don't think
students.
they will.
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't think they will change it
But
for
why
me.
did you choose that particular timing? Don't they have any other timing?
No, sir, it's just one course. From India's 5 till 7.
India's 5
Yeah, and it's
till
already
7.
5, I guess.
It is already?
5, I guess, over there.
Yeah, it is just 5 here now. So you will be missing the 30 minutes.
So I was saying both classes.
Sorry?
I was saying both the classes. It's fine.
You will be in both the classes.
Yeah,
Python also and solid state also.
yeah,
You will do both.
yeah.
Are you the virus of 3 idiots?
You can say that.
You can, okay. I mean, as you wish. I mean, if you are able to grasp anything. And others, please copy. Let me know when you're done. Mariam is done.
Yes, sir, done.
Okay. Waiting for Abir and Amalya. Now remember one thing. As soon as we have identified the unit cell, we will be only dealing with unit cell. If I want to talk about anything about AAA type packing, I will be talking about its unit cell. Okay. Now the only thing which is our responsibility is the unit cell, and we will study the unit cell from now on of the 2D packings. Okay, the 2D solids, the AAA type and ABAB type. Okay. So now let us come to a concept which is known as packing efficiency. It's known as packing efficiency of any type of arrangement. Okay, packing efficiency. So packing efficiency is something like your percentage that you get in schools. Percentage that you get in schools. So in percentage, what you have the marks obtained upon the total marks, right? But here we have a slight difference. Here we have space occupied by atoms in unit cell right? So you have marks obtained in a particular paper, marks obtained by students, marks obtained by students in the paper upon total marks, that is space occupied by unit cell. Total space occupied by unit cell, and we multiply this by 100. Okay, so just always remember, this is just like your percentage that you have now. Marks obtained by student in paper, total marks of the paper. Okay, total marks of the paper into 100. Packing efficiency. Then you have another term which is known as packing fraction. A packing fraction is nothing but it is the space occupied by atoms in unit cell. Then you divide this by total space occupied by unit cell, but don't multiply by 100. Total space occupied by unit cell. Okay, you don't have to multiply 100 here. This is packing fraction. This is packing fraction. Okay. Let us look at those unit cells which we have. The unit cells that we have. So what are the unit cells we have? Let us now highlight this unit cell. Okay. Let us now highlight this unit cell with yellow color. Let us use it. Okay. So this yellow color is the space occupied by unit cell. And then you have the blue parts here. These are the space occupied by atoms. And you have inside here. Correct? So how can you calculate the packing efficiency? Packing efficiency can be calculated if we have the total space occupied by atoms. So the space occupied by atoms will be equal to, I'm writing packing efficiency is equal to number of atoms in unit cell into area of one atom. Correct? Upon area of one into area of one atom. Then I divide this by area of unit cell, because we are dealing with 2D solid and we have to multiply this by 100. Multiply this by 100. Everyone, can you understand this? Number of atoms in a unit cell into area of one atom upon area of unit cell. Okay, area of unit cell. Let us make that now. We will deal with this packing efficiencies on number of atoms in unit cell into area of one atom upon area of unit cell. Let us start with the atom which is previous slide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Just wait a second. Yeah. All of you understood now? Packing efficiency formula, how we, I mean, if I'm saying that it is packing efficiency is equal to space occupied by atoms of unit cell, that means I have to multiply the area of one atom into number of atoms that is there in the unit cell upon the whole area of unit cell. Okay.
Done, sir.
Done. Others, Mariam, Amalya.
Yes, sir.
I cannot hear Mariam today. I mean, can others hear Mariam? Ahmed, can you hear Mariam?
Yes, sir.
What did she say?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now here I am making the unit cell of AAA type. So the unit cell of AAA type looks like this. Correct? It looks like this now. You have from here to here. Guys, it looks like this now.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So here you have this edge length as A. Okay, this edge length as A. And the radius of atom here is R. The radius of atom here is R. Okay. So how many atoms do you think is inside this unit cell?
2.
Okay. 2. Anyone else?
1.
1. Okay. So what I'm saying, the number of atoms in unit cell, I am representing it by Z. Into area of, I can understand area of one atom would be pi R square, and upon the space occupied by unit cell will be A square, because it is area of square. Okay. Now for Z, let us understand this Z. Number of atoms. It represents what? Number of atoms. To find Z, you have two methods. You can find the Z either by angle method or either by sharing method. Okay. So angle is used when we have 2D. Sharing will be used when we will be having 3D. I mean, you can use angle in 3D and sharing in 2D, or I mean vice versa, but I'm suggesting use angle in 2D and sharing in 3D. So this is 2D. So how will we calculate the Z if we have 2D structure? Just take any atom. Mariam, your choice. 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5. You have 5 atoms. Choose any one.
The fifth one.
Fifth one. Okay, very good. Let us start with fifth one.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I have fifth one here, I mean, is there any angle in between? No, na? I cannot make any angle, so I can make this angle, this whole circular angle, right? So this angle is equal to how much?
360 degrees.
360. Now whatever angle you made by the atom, now just divide it by 360 degree. You will get this as 1. Okay, you will get this as 1. That means the sharing of this atom, the sharing of the fifth atom is what? How much the whole atom, one atom is inside, the whole atom is inside the unit cell. The whole atom is inside the unit cell. Now we have to choose another atom that is either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because as you can see, all of them are similar. Let us choose 1. If I choose 1, I can see this is making 90 degree here. So for this was for 5 and this is for theta. For 1, it will be equal to 90 degree divided by 360 degree is equal to how much? 1 by 4. Correct? It is equal to 1 by 4. And similarly, how many atoms do we have? We have 4 atoms, same as the theta 1. That means same as the first atom. That means the Z would be equal to 1 for the fifth atom plus 4 into 1 by 4. Now 4 is for the atoms which are having 90 degree, and 1 by 4 is the contribution of that particular atom in the unit cell, and we will get Z as 2. We'll get Z as 2. Okay. Now what Ahmed did was he saw that I can see this is a quarter. This is another quarter. This is another quarter which is inside the unit cell. This is another quarter which is inside the unit cell. So these 4 quarters make 1, and plus 1 this of whole atom, and hence he said the number of atoms inside the unit cell is 2. And here also it is the same thing, but a more methodical way is this. And this is I mean, this way you can generalize in the hexagonal close packing also. Okay, in the hexagonal close packing, so the packing efficiency will be equal to, you have to use another color now. Z is 2 into pi r square upon a square. Now there is again one, I mean, there is one difficulty here, right? There's one difficulty. The difficulty here is I am not getting anything percentage. I'm just getting numbers. So what I have to do, I have to represent R in terms of A or A in terms of R. I have to find the relationship between, sorry, I have to find the relationship between A and R. Now what I have to do, I'm deleting this, okay? I have to find relationship between A and R. This is first point about Z, and now we have to find relation between A and R. Okay, relation between A and R. So whenever you have to understand the relation between any two objects or even any two person, you have to see how much of them have their that particular connect. That is, if two persons are really, I mean, if they are good friends, that means they will connect with each other very, very efficiently. Here also you will watch for relation between A and R when the atoms connect. You have to remember this word, atoms connect. Okay, relationship, that means you have to look at atoms connect. Now let us see what are the atoms which are connecting. Can you see these atoms connecting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so these atoms are connecting. Now you tell me, this is R, this here to here will be 2R, here to here it will be again R. So 4R, I can say that 4R is equal to how much A? This is how much A? Tell me, Pythagoras theorem, please apply Pythagoras theorem. This is 90 degree. This is A. Tell me the length of diagonal.
Yeah, that's answer.
Length of diagonal.
4R.
The 4R is to there in terms of A. In terms of A.
In terms of A, it will be A is equal to root R root 2.
A square, I mean this hypotenuse now, let us write this as AB. AB square is equal to A square plus
2A square.
A square. This is equal to 2A square. AB square is equal to 2A square. So AB is equal to A root 2.
Yes, sir.
A root 2. So 4R is equal to
A root.
A root 2. Correct? 4R is equal to A root 2. Now again I can say that, I will write it here. In square close packing, 2D, 4R is equal to A root 2. 4R is equal to A root 2. Now A is equal to how much? Tell me, A will be equal to 4R upon root 2. So I can write 4 as what? 2 into root 2 into root 2 R upon root 2. So you can say A is equal to 2 into R. Correct, everyone? See, just check this. It's right.
Yes,
Let us now calculate the packing efficiency. 2 into pi into R square. Now I will write A square in terms of R. So what is A? A is 2 root 2 whole square. No, sorry. 2 root 2. Inside you have also R whole square. And this will be equal to what? 2 into pi into R square upon square of 2 is 4. Oops. Square of 2 is 4. Root 2 square is 2 into R square. So you can cancel 2 by 2. R square can be cancelled by R square. You will get the answer. Oh, sorry. And I mean, just I forget this always. I forget this into 100 always. Please remind me whenever I forget this, okay? And at the last step, okay, I have to put the 100 also. So pi by 4 into 100. Now calculate this and tell me what will be the packing efficiency. Pi by 4.
25 into 5.
How much? I will beat you if you just, I mean, अगर तुक्का मारा ना फिर बताएंगे आपको.
$22 by 28.
How much?
22 by 28 into 100.
I'm asking in decimals, guys, please, in percentage. Just imagine, na. Just imagine your teacher giving you percentage in the manner Ahmed said. It would be fun.
So,
Please, na. In terms of percentage, you write percentage.
78.53.
Yes, correct. 78.5.
539.
You just remember how much? Yeah. So 78.5 is okay. 78.5 is okay. Now there is another term which is known as void percentage. Void percentage is equal to 100 minus the packing efficiency. I mean, it tells how much void is there. So tell me, what will be the void percentage? 100 minus 78.5. This will be equal to
21.5.
21.5 percentage. Okay. Please raise your hand if you understood how to calculate packing efficiency.
sir,
Yes.
can we take that to 78.6 because the next number is 7, right?
The next number is 7.
Yeah.
The right then 76, 78.6.
Okay, sir.
Just let me check once. Pi. It is 78.53. Yes, na? It is 78.53.
So I used calculator.
Yeah, I have used calculator. What did you put the value of pi as?
22 by 7
No,
divided
22 by 7. 22 by 7 is not the absolute value of pi, na?
So like the fraction one is the real one, right?
No.
3.1416. That is our value. We should take that.
If you have a calculator, na? Ahmed, you have a calculator?
Yes, sir.
In that you can write the pi, na? Just do pi by 4. Don't write 22 by 7 into 4. Write pi by 4.
So I don't have pi value over here.
You don't have pi value. Don't have pi value.
I have.
You have now. Yeah, every smartphone has a pi value, and every computer has pi value.
Yes, sir. Clear.
What?
Yes, sir.
3, na? Okay. Is pi a rational number or irrational number?
Irrational number.
Okay. What is the definition of irrational number?
Something that does not repeat and goes on continuously. Like it does not have an end.
Yeah. What is rational number? How do we define rational numbers?
Something if the concept, like if the number repeats, then it is a rational number.
Now, rational number has these two terms.
P by
PQ.
Q.
Any number, if we can represent it in the terms of P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0, that would be a rational number. Now, if you say I can represent 22 by 7 is the real one, that means you are saying pi is a rational number. It is not. 22 by 7 is also an approximation. Okay. 22 by 7 is also an approximation.
Yes, sir.
Now, I hope all of you got it correctly, how to calculate the packing efficiency. The only thing now, the only trick that is, the only imagination part is what your Z and your relation between A and R. The relation between A and R. Okay, you don't have to remember this. Just remember you will find the Z from angle and relation of R. Whenever I say relation between A and R, you have to tell me these words: atoms connect. Okay, atoms connect, or a better word would be atoms touch. Yes, Mariam.
Can you explain this relation between A and R?
A and R again. Okay. Let me erase these
What
things.
is this SCP?
Square close packing now. Just see here. We wrote here na square close packing.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, SCP2D. Yes. Maria wants to understand the A bit relationship between A and R. So for relationship between A and R, you have to first draw the unit cell. Okay. Just draw the unit cell. Oh, wait a second, Mariam. Are you talking about this part or the atoms touch part?
Atoms touch.
Atoms touch part. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope you understood the the Pythagoras theorem calculation now.
Yeah, Pythagoras, yeah.
Pythagoras you understood, yeah. You have maths also now. Yeah. I mean, whom I'm asking. Okay. So what are the atoms that you can see are touching? Wait a second. Again, I can use the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Tell me. Which are the atoms that are touching?
All the four are touching 5.
4 is touching?
All the four
All the
are
4
touching
is touching 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you have to... Is Abir here? Abir, is your name? Okay, yeah, fine. There was one more Abir who was trying to connect. I thought it was you again. No. So you can take anyone. These all three atoms are touching. You can either take this or you can take this. All the three atoms that are touching, you have to take. I mean, if you take 1 and 5, then you have to see 5 is touching 3 in the same direction. Yeah, then take that 5 and 3. 1, 5, 3. Got it? Okay, let us see. Let us see here. Mariam.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now, what about this one? Can you tell me here? This is A. This is R. This is R. Can you tell me what will be the relationship between A and R?
A is equal to 2 times R.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, got it. Okay, I mean, see, one thing I will suggest all of you is that, I mean, it will seem like what kind of teacher is this? He is saying don't ask questions. I am saying before asking a question, try it yourself, because the aim of anything, aim of your question is also what to understand. Na? So what I believe is that what I have also experienced is that if you try it yourself, then the chances of getting it more right and for a longer period of time is when you try it yourself. I mean, I can be explaining it as fine, but when you try it, then you will be in confidence also. Yeah, I understood it. Okay, so try once. I mean, whatever I have told, just repeat it in your head. Okay, sir ने कहा था atoms को touch करना है, 1 और 5 को touch किया हमने, 1 और 5 से फिर हमने 3 को touch किया. अब इसके बाद इसका relation, I have to see this relationship between the A and these are R's. So I will write this particular lines in terms of R and this particular lines in terms of A also. So in terms of R, this line is equal to 4R. In terms of A, this line is equal to A root 2. Then I will equate these two because these two are what the length of the same line. And we have got 4R is equal to A root 2. Okay. So you have a homework. Packing
So what
efficiency.
homework?
Packing efficiency of HCP2D. I mean, just did you hear the sadness in Ahmed's voice? Eid is over, Ahmed.
Yes,
Eid
I
is
know.
over. Only one question now. See, in one slide you can do easily. Packing efficiency of hexagonal close packing. Okay, Ahmed,
Yes,
please do.
yes,
Okay,
I
one thing.
will try my best.
Can I? Okay, I will ask. I mean, there are some limitations that that happens, but I won't let you enter if you don't come up with the. I will remove you from the class because one question, and if you don't do it, and the other thing is that it is available. It is available in NCERT. So by hook or crook, you have to come and tell me the packing efficiency of hexagonal close packing.
Packing
Now, after you
efficiency.
have
Yes,
tell me, after you tell me the packing efficiency of hexagonal close packing, then you can ask me to explain it. Okay. How many
yes,
students are here? I have
yes,
here
yes.
Ahmed. Okay. All the A's and Mariam. Okay. Ahmed, Abir, Amalia, and Mariam. Okay. So you four are here. So I will not let you enter the class tomorrow if you don't come up with the answer of packing efficiency of hexagonal close packing in 2D structure. Give me a thumbs up if you understood what I said.
Sir, just the packing is efficiency, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Just the packing efficiency. I mean, it is enough.
Okay, sir.
Amalia is not listening.
So what about void percentage?
Void percentage you can find 100 minus you. I mean, it is not. What do you mean by what about void percentage? You want to ask what does it mean?
So can you take the previous slide?
No, sir. No.
Though, and what did you? I mean, yeah, you have. I mean, if you calculate void
More,
percentage, then also it is fine.
some more previous.
Lower previous.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions here?
No, sir. No,
Any questions here?
no, sir.
Then.
No, sir.
Sir, I just wanted to screenshot this hexagonal one.
Oh, you have not copied it. That means, na?
I have copied it, but
Yes,
not
yes, 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 yes. I
clearly.
mean, yeah, that is why you are screenshotting it, na? Yeah, it goes directly in your brain when you screenshot it. Are you done with this slide, Mariam, Abir, Amalia?
No, sir.
Amalia is.
Sir, I
Then
have
copy this.
written it. You want to see?
No, no, no. It's fine. It's fine.
It is just that my
I believe you. I believe
is
you.
not as clear as yours. So,
I believe you, Ahmad. I believe you. Yeah.
okay. Thank you,
Please
sir.
copy this.
Sir, done.
Wow. Wow, Ahmad. Done.
Yes, sir, done.
So you write with 3 fingers, na? I mean, you hold your pen. What phone are you
4
using,
fingers.
Ahmad?
4
Ahmad,
fingers.
what phone are you using?
Me?
Yeah.
Why? The Huawei
Why?
P20
Yeah,
Lite.
Huawei. Okay, Huawei. So
Yeah.
it has a screenshot. I mean, does it have any?
Yeah.
Do you have to screenshot it by notification tab? Then you have to click
No,
that.
no, 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 no.
Then
Just
it
power
has.
button and volume low. Volume low and power button at the same time.
Achha, I mean, old school.
Yeah.
Okay, Amalia is here. I thought Amalia, you are not here. Okay, okay. I mean, Amalia is silent. Amalia, if you are speaking now, we cannot hear you. Mariam done? No. Mariam is also done. Okay. So please be fresh in solid state class. Have a glass of water because I mean a lot of imagination is coming because you have to imagine all the 3D structures also. And I won't be giving anything. I won't be telling you anything because I will be only asking you questions and you will be answering me answers. Okay. I've taught everything in solid state now. Just imagine that. I've taught everything in solid state that has to be taught in the numerical area. Now the only thing is that you will be answering me in each and every step. I will ask proper questions, not the questions that you ask, but a proper question, and you will be giving me answers.